Man, it is a lovely day for flying, and yet I don't want to do anything. I don't know why. Just not feeling up for anything today. But since I've received such encouraging words on my YouTube channel, I thought, hey, might as well get out there. Maybe a little time in the air will improve my attitude, and if nothing else, I'll make an entertaining video for somebody to watch. So, let's get out there and fly rather than stop. Okay, it's the weekend. Perfect time to go hit up the area near the courthouse. It's the lowest traffic it could possibly be. Lots of interesting stuff to fly around here. Usually, if you want to go fly around like the shopping areas and stuff, you want to go hit those during the weekday when everybody's still at work, kids are still at school. But if you want to go fly around an office park, the weekend is a weekend or any time after 5. Totally the perfect time. Especially the office parks. Nobody is around at all. Just a couple of cars parked here and there. Probably left there for the weekend because somebody was driving something else. Well, I'm not sure what's going on with that big white truck. Like a dump truck or something. Wonder if that means they're finally going to rent that metal building I'm always flying over the top of. That one right there. That has been open for rent for ages. For lease. My guess is that it costs a fortune to rent that place, and I bet they make you rent the whole thing. It's one of those things. Why did they build something that big? That big, and it's big, it's impressive, it's a real nice building, but man, nobody's going to want to rent that thing. Maybe one of those medical centers. Those freaking in-low guys. Can't believe they claim themselves to be a non-profit. Considering what they charge for the most basic medical operations, they are everything but non-profit. They're 100% profit. They're nothing but profit. This is such a weird town. Because on one hand, it's like at least half the people are living on welfare, getting by on maybe $25,000 a year, well within the poverty line, and like the other half of the people are just unbelievably loaded. I'm not too sure where all the rich people are hiding. Must be in all those fancy houses nobody can afford to rent. I don't know what they do. There is no industry in Chico. Look at this big fancy courthouse building. You probably spent millions on it. That's a nice building. But it's a nice building in a relatively economically depressed area that doesn't have any industry or hardly any working class jobs. But I guess on the bright side, it gives me many neat things to fly around. Yet again, I seem to somehow profit from the misery of the world. I don't know, man. Whenever things go wrong for people, it seems to somehow work out right for me. You know, don't blame me. I'm not wishing bad luck on anybody. It's just a weird circumstance. Alright. First battery. Flying pretty good. Not feeling the shakes on my fingers. Just, I feel the shakes coming on. Just deep breaths. Try to relax and focus. I don't know why my nerves are catching up to me so bad. Probably because I need to get some stuff done with my life. Find some way of making some money. All I'm doing nowadays, it seems to be doing, is spending. Spending way too much, not making enough. I guess that's pretty much everybody's problem. Except the people that pay for these expensive buildings. Well, they must have tons of money. Somebody out there must have all the money. It ain't anybody I know. I think I know one person that actually has, well, she says she has a bunch of money. I'm not too sure. I mean, it doesn't take much to be rich in a town full of poor people, so her idea of wealthy may be what everyone else considers just working class. Well, maybe not everybody else. Oh my God, I heard that bot grinder bought his house for $15,000. My God. I mean, I understand he probably lives in a horrible war-torn ghetto, but $15,000 is pretty reasonable for a house. It's almost reasonable for a used car. I've never seen a single house around here that sells for less than, $250,000 or some outrageous amount. I mean, I know a few people that have houses, but they're to dead up their eyeballs trying to hold on to them. At least one or two guys working themselves to death. They will not make it they will not make it past their 50s. They're working so hard trying to hold on to just a little bit of something. So I don't know what all these expensive houses are going to, other than the Southern California people moving up here. Well, maybe one of them will move into that nice gray metal building I keep flying over the top of. Take that off the hands. More than likely, it'll probably never get rented because there isn't anybody that can make a business that can make enough money to justify paying the rent on such an expensive building. It does make some nice stuff to fly around, though. I don't think this whole area is more than like 10 years old. It is still shiny and new. You know, a lot of Chico was shiny and new for a while. Doesn't take too long for that money to go away. I really want to dive down there to that secured parking lot area, but I think I will lose signal almost immediately. And I'm willing to bet that security camera would totally catch me crawling down there to get my drone. I'd be like, he's going to break the prisoners out. Because I think that's what I think it's there. It's there for loading prisoners into the courthouse. Ugh, a little off on that landing. Went right up against the wall. Alright, try to complain less about Chico and try to focus more on flying. It's just really hard not to think about it when I see such fancy buildings. And I know so many very poor people. Oh man, check this out. Whoa. It was hard to hold this line. I did it though. All the way down. Not too bad. What am I on, the second pack or third pack? I can't remember. And of course, I never miss an opportunity to buzz myself. Especially since it looks so cool, that 360 camera capture and that panning shot of it shooting by. Kind of wish the resolution wasn't so bad, but that's the thing with the 360 camera is you can capture an image at almost any angle, but it's going to be kind of grainy if you start zooming in on it. There's only so many pixels for that thing to work with. There's a bunch of people out and about. Tons of kids in the Indigo Park. I have to be careful not to fly around any of that area. Actually, there's a couple of teenagers, too. I'm always a little worried about teenagers on whether or not they're going to be cool or they're going to be total dicks and just, like, screw with me while I'm flying or try to run off with some of my gear. You know, somebody's parent chews them out. Maybe a teacher gives them crap in math class and they got a chip on the shoulder they need to take out on some random adult. Like I'm responsible for all the bad stuff that happened in their life. Of course, when I was going to school, they took it out on me as a student, so I guess it's pretty much status quo. Me and my great luck. Attracting scumbags to screw around with me. I went for that twist. That was pretty close to the road to be doing that, too. Fortunately, there's not too many cars passing by. One or two every once in a while. I'm going to have to find another nearby office park to go fly around. I love this place. It looks great, but I do fly here a lot. It's just so nice and clean, and there's so many buildings in the near area. When you come here on the weekend, you got it pretty much to yourself. It's hard not to want to come over here and fly. I saw the security guard when I was setting up, and so far the security guards have been pretty cool too, so it's got that going for it as well. Just trying not to overstay my welcome. Okay, so yeah, with this pack, since it's rating, it's got a nice over 11 volts on the 3-cell. Felt like doing a little more range stuff. Checking out the air conditioning. A cool pool. Oh man, and this patio. Freaking love this patio. Never seen anybody use it though. One time I saw one lady up there. As far as I could tell, she walked to the edge, and then she walked right back in. God, I hope she wasn't thinking about jumping or something. You never can tell. I never see anybody up there to have fun, but I guess it's possible somebody could be up there to kill themselves. Hopefully not. Jeez, I know us YouTubers try to stay away from the S word. Somehow or another you get like demonetized, but it's like, I'm not making any money off this. You can't demonetize nothing. You're gonna give me a context strike because I mentioned the S word. And you think they're really concerned about people being depressed and stuff like that? Maybe they'd let people mention the S word and treat stuff like an adult instead of like we're living in the 3rd grade and teachers constantly gotta keep after us, making sure we're not sharing gum or whatever. Grown-ass people. A lot of grown-ass people are watching this. I mean, if they're not grown-ass people, what kind of society we live in and we can't talk about serious adult issues ever? It's so dumb. Man, look at that sky. You got little clouds and big clouds. Let's see whether or not those big clouds have rain tomorrow. Let's see, is this pack almost done? Yeah. It's not looking so hot. Okay, I'm gonna land it. Let's see, is that on a 3rd pack or 4th pack? Oh, no, I'm on the 4th pack. Okay, I think I've overstayed my welcome here, but go a little further down the street, maybe fly the Avata around a bit. Switch it over so I don't have to mess with it while I'm there. That motion controller keeps making beeping sounds, and it never seems to charge right. I have no idea what's going on with it. More problems with my gear. Okay, let's just go off to the next place before something else happens. It's not like I'm going too far. I mean, pretty much this whole park area, was it Meridian Park, whatever? This is pretty much where I'm going to be. The Meridian Park that's closer to me is neat, but it has a lot of businesses that are open during the weekends. I gotta stay away from those. I don't want to tick off some Karen. Alright, not too far away, just on the other side of that parking lot I like to fly around. Thought I would check out that construction site and see if I can figure out what it is they're building over there. I think it's yet another part of flipping Inlow. Okay, first things first. Let's make sure the Avata's working right. I don't want to fly too far, especially don't want to fly over a gated construction site and have the Avata suddenly drop out of the air for some reason. This is also a good time to fly by the construction site because there is nobody working. I would not fly around any of these construction sites when anybody's working. I don't want to disturb anybody or cause somebody to fall off a building or some craziness like that. So this is a perfectly good time to check this area out. You can see they actually got sides of the building on now. They're making some good progress on this thing. A lot of weird railings and stuff on the outside. I think I saw somewhere that this is going to be a medical thing. Although I don't know if it's connected to Inlow or connected to the thing the Chico Indian guys have going. They got lots of stuff built all over the place. Those guys must be raking in amazing amounts of casino money. They are actually some of the wealthier people in the area. They are rich. I've seen those dudes at the gym. Ooh, That was a hawk. Was that a hawk? Oh, man, I missed it. I'm pretty sure that was a hawk I just flew by, and man, I don't know where the heck it went. I gotta be careful. If whoa, starlings. Like, if I'm taking interest in the hawk, a hawk might be taking interest in me. And depending upon the circumstances, a hawk could probably take the Avata in a fight. I don't want to find out. Especially not over that big mud puddle. I just finally got my replacement Avata back. I don't want to just wipe it out immediately. You know, I'd like to fly around this parking lot a bit more, but it's a federal parking lot. It's like a Veterans Administration or something. So I don't know how they feel about having anybody around that's not supposed to be there. Some of those federal offices, they get real arresty if you mess with them in the least. Oh, yes, I see a gap. Gotta squeeze through a gap. Oh, just had to give it a shot. That's a pretty cool street to zip down. I almost never do it though. Don't know why. Maybe because I can't tell if there's cars coming out of that parking lot. Well, there's hardly any cars there. Well, there's a neat spot too. Oh, ooh, squeeze through the V. Oh crap! No. Ah. Damn, what the hell, man? I tell you, I was going right. I don't know why the heck it just decided to just keep going. Like it magnetically went there. You know what it was? It must have been a little wind kicked up there. Thought I could not get around it. Alright, back up in the air. Oh, I'm gonna get this friggin' V, man. This V shall be mine. It's the only V I'm getting for Valentine's Day. Oh, I should have gone to that speed dating thing. It just, I don't know. Hanging out at the bar is depressing enough. Hitting on one or two women at night's kind of depressing. Being rejected by 10 women in a period of an hour sounds super, super depressing. I'm not too sure I'm ready for that. I would definitely need more than a couple of drinks. Ladies' night. You hate me, you hate me, you hate me, you hate me. Okay. Definitely to go home. Alright. Well, the Avata's working alright, I think. After that frickin' collision. Jiminy Christmas. It has a couple of scuffs, but I didn't see anything broken. I mean, it was a tiny bump. Yeah. Looks like it's flying good. Thank goodness. Gonna start getting those shakes back in my fingers. It's gonna work its way back into my nerves again. Thinking about losing my Avata for a second time. No, none of that crap. No more of that. I'm not flying under another bridge. Oh my god. I love these dirt mounds. I tried to fly lower between them, but I'm pretty sure the Avata would try to park itself in there instead of just flying. Kind of want to gap some of this stuff at the construction site too, but like I said, there is a fence between me and everything that's inside of that, as well as a bunch of security cameras. If I have to go run in there and get my Avata, well, I might be going to jail. So I'm not going to gap too much stuff inside the construction site. Ooh, pretty water. Ugh, dangerous water. My first Avata is still underwater. Try not to focus on that. Try to just focus on flying, staying in the moment, not worrying about everything that could happen or has already happened. I need a lucrative career to pay for all of this stuff. Unless, of course, somebody wants to chip into my Patreon. Come on, man. Just one person, not even $1. You're killing me here. Alright. The Avata is looking good. It's flying just fine. I'm a little worried the rain might start at some point, so I think I'll just land her and try to take her home. See if I can land near my foot. Not on my foot, near my foot. Whatever. Okay. Let's pack everything up. Well, I guess head for home. All right, you know what? Day out flying, I feel significantly less depressed. A little fresh air, little pain in my shins. Hope I don't have to see a doctor over that. Too heavy for these long walks. But can't stop. Won't stop. Let's try to see if I can fly again tomorrow.